Well, hello there, everybody, and welcome to New York City with Kusan here. I am building New York City because New York City is one of the greatest cities in the world, and I think there's just something special about it. And so, what we're doing here is we're building on a large map. Normally, the maps on Steam come with Manhattan, but this one has a large part of Brooklyn, actually, all of Brooklyn and Queens, the Bronx, Staten Island, and New Jersey. So, there you go. What we're gonna do is what are we gonna do? Well, at this moment, we have only built part of Lower Manhattan, and we built part of Old, I guess, Brooklyn. Old Brooklyn, just regular Brooklyn, could be any Brooklyn. I don't know what kind of Brooklyn it is. It's Brooklyn, and we even got a bit of industry going, just for the fun of it. I mean, heck, why not, right? And so that's what we're doing. Now, in terms of assets, I did take a look at the Steam Workshop today, and given the fact that we have such a large scale map, it's not a one-to-one scale map. So buildings such as the World Trade Center, even the Brooklyn Bridge, which I would love to have, don't get me wrong, those are iconic things every New York game should have. But the mod for Brooklyn Bridge would go from this side of Manhattan to the middle of Brooklyn, pretty much. Well, not the middle of Brooklyn, but I mean, pretty far in. And you'd have an oversized bridge, right? Or the World Trade Center, which takes up pretty much the entire section right here. So what are we going to do about that? Well, for the moment, we're going to focus on our road layouts. We're going to focus on growing our population. I don't think we have to worry about the assets. Don't worry, I do have some assets that I want to use in the city. A lot of Art Deco buildings, definitely some transit assets. We can definitely have the New York buses, New York taxis, NYPD, NYPD. Uh, yeah, and what else? Subway trains. Absolutely, because one thing New York is well known for is its amazing. Well, I don't know if it's amazing. I don't know what it is. It is what it is, but it's one of the world's top in terms of size subway networks, also in terms of ridership, and it's very old. So what we were doing last episode, last stream rather, was I said that we started in the 1800s, and we were going to go historically, build the city historically. Don't worry, we're going to get to building in like 2 minutes. 2 minutes. So I went out and checked out. I went in. I didn't go anywhere. I stayed in and I went to YouTube and I checked out. There you go. This here video by some Miles Zhang. Yeah, Miles Zhang. So check it out. It's a good video. It gives you the historical layout of New York. So we're going to follow this a little bit. And I did say we were in the 1800s. I should have started earlier. Like I didn't know the history of New York was that big. But as you can tell, we already have all the way up to up here, which is Chelsea, Greenwich Village, and so forth. So there's a lot more detail here. If I was building a scale map of New York, you'd probably see me doing this. For the moment, though, oh, there we go. Brooklyn is actually kind of, I guess, founded. There were people there, you know, but this is probably the part that New York claimed for itself as a borough. Maybe that's when they built Brooklyn Bridge. We should do some research, shouldn't we? And it was 1811 where the commissioner's plan for the gridiron network was devised. So, yeah, we're pretty much there. I mean, if we said we started in 1800s, that's where we are, right? Well, I guess we're a bit further in the future than I'd had hoped. It doesn't matter. We're just going to keep going with it. We're going to work our way up this way. And why don't we start New Jersey today? Just a little bit of New Jersey, yeah, yeah. I don't know what they say in New Jersey. Just a little bit of Snooki. How about that? So why don't we go ahead and just see what we have going on? Let's press play. Now, I have enabled all my mods here. I have unlocked all the wonders, so to speak. Ooh, some of them aren't unlocked. Interesting. Maybe that mod is not on. But as you can see, I do have some of the historic buildings. They should fit. Actually, is that a... For instance, the Woolworth Tower. Let's check that one out. The Woolworth Tower was built in the early I can't type and talk at the same time. Just patience. All right. See, so that would fit in one of our city blocks, which is wonderful. It's very tall. It's very tall. That's okay. We're gonna have a lot of tall buildings in New York. So yeah, that was early 20th century. We have a lot of these New York buildings, so even though we won't be able to place all the buildings, and I'm talking very specifically, I mean, only the Brooklyn Bridge and the World Trade Center right now I'm having trouble with because they're just too big. I could use a procedural mod, make it smaller. We'll talk about that. We'll see. And as for Empire State Building, Chrysler Building, we're gonna have it all. We're gonna have it all. It's gonna be great. All right, so let's get to it. Brooklyn Bridge, I could not do the procedural mod, so I couldn't make it smaller. So for now, we're stuck without a Brooklyn Bridge. But it is a suspension bridge. Ooh la la. So there you go. We're gonna enjoy that. We're gonna enjoy this as much as possible. Plus, it's a bit simplified, but let's go here into Greenwich Village and make this, there's not too many people here, so I'm gonna come in here and destroy a few of these people's houses. And do you know why I'm gonna do that? Because we did not follow the ideal city plan. So this is this is like counterintuitive for a City Skyline player to be like demolishing their buildings even though they're trying to grow. Yeah, that's weird. Yesterday I could demolish without clicking 400 times. I could just drag it. Not working. That's okay. That's okay. I think I have to demolish all these buildings manually. That's the truth. And the reason for that is probably one of the mods I have. It's very complicated with the mods. Right. So I'm just going to go to the map now and check what we have to do in Google Earth. I want to build this mess right here. Even though, it's not to scale, don't worry about it. We're going to have a little bit of it. So what we're going to do is drag one road this way from the grid we currently have, which is here. We're going to drag, I guess, one road from Broadway. Where's Broadway? Broadway's diagonal. It's this one. So I don't think Broadway has anything to do with this district because it's parallel to that district. Right. And we'll start our gridiron plan right now. That way we will have this junction for Greenwich Village to smash into Chelsea, I think, or not sure the neighborhood here. We can always go here. Check out this neighborhood, Chelsea. And there's a lot of small districts in New York that are just absolutely tiny that, if I miss one of these districts, like Kips Bay, or one of these districts here, Two Bridges, you see, that's a very small little area to call a district, so I might miss it. Civic Center, is that really a district? Yeah, Stuyvesant Town, Peter, Cooper Village. I mean, that's too many words for me. I can't do that. Can't do that. Let's go back to the game and do this. So what we need to do is start the gridiron pattern. Let's buy some territory. We are going to buy for 7,000. Holy, how do I have $600,000? Wait a minute, something ain't right. Something ain't right. Maybe I left the game on for a really long time. I mean, we would have a garbage problem if that was the case. Well, you know what? Doesn't matter. let's take the bonus money. I guess we got an investment. So I think what we need to do here is just draw a diagonal. Yeah, let's start with the grid and then draw the diagonal thing. The diagonal. We're going to use this park as our guide metric because it has a beautiful row of trees on the outside. Now, it's also going to be a challenge. This was not done absolutely perfectly. This was done, shall I say, haphazardly. It's okay, it's okay. We're not going to blame the person for not using prop line pool. Next time we're going to use prop line pool. And we might as well make it an avenue. We have $600,000. We might as well... I just want this to be absolutely perfect. Now, yesterday's stream, I forgot to... I don't know what happened. My screen was not the right size. And so you could only see the top right part of the screen, top left part of the screen. I'll bring this up here. How good are we? Oh, we're a bit off, eh? How off are we? Like 3 degrees? It would be easier to fix this part versus that part. So let's follow this part. Or this part. Right side or left side? Let's do left side. I think actually left side might be important because that one connects to Broadway. Build this road. Interestingly enough, this park has a mod attached to it where the trees themselves provide land value. So you're going to have really high land value for people living around Central Park. Let me see if that's true because I just got that mod. Okay, so it's not true. Well, I'll be darned. I'll be darned. Shall we connect Broadway right up with that thing? Which would be some kind of an avenue. That would be 8th Avenue or Central Park West. And so Brooklyn actually straightens out for a bit. Yeah, because I don't wanna make a big mistake here and draw a crooked Brooklyn, because then we're gonna have a crooked Times Square. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Brooklyn does stay crooked for a large part of the journey. And then about, sorry, I should be using Google Maps, it's much better. It's somewhat better. So there we go. There's our park. And halfway down this straight portion, Broadway takes a turn. But it doesn't do it in an alignment with this park. It does it one block into the park. You know what? Let's grab this 3 squares from the park. Do we have enough there to make 3 squares? I think we have enough to do 2 squares. Well, that's called minimalism. That's what we're gonna have to do. Ooh, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3. That kind of actually works. Now, I did have to do a 1.1 measurement, which is actually ideal, but you know what would be better? A 1.2 measurement, because then we can have avenues everywhere. 1.2, and I'm sorry I'm doing this at night. I do have the day-night cycle on. I have weather turned on. How would this look? This would be a bit more... I think it's absolutely fine, actually. I think it's absolutely fine. Except for one thing. Except for one thing. We're gonna move this road 1 square to the left, and this square, so we're gonna have a spacing right here of 1 square. We can put a path down there, and then nobody will know that the trees are a bit off. So how are we gonna do that? We're gonna go count backwards. This is my OCD city planning coming in because I just can't build, and this is why I'm glad I'm playing with New York. I can't build a city that's not perfectly like aligned everywhere. And we had to do it. We had to do it when we started this city in Manhattan. Because the Europeans built it. Yep. It's their fault. Now, I hate to build a city like this, actually. Like, let me tell you a secret. Building a city by drawing roads prematurely like this. Ooh, and now it seems like this one's off. What the heck is going on here? Now there's too much space here. And not enough space here. Did I do that wrong again? Okay, quickly but surely we're gonna get this right this time. Okay. What we want is 1 space on this side, 1 space on this side, and it should align with a 1.2, or sorry, 12 unit spacing between every block. And that's a 1.3 spacing. Then I'm gonna fix the road on the left side. Because I think that one will be good. You know what? We're gonna have to stick with this. I'm taking this as is. This is the way we're gonna stick this. Even though, yeah, because there's gonna be a little bit more space down there. Kind of hard to do at night, isn't it? Right. Well, let's pull ourselves together then, and actually, you know what? We should just build the grid. Let's see how they actually built the grid. The game's on play. Doesn't matter that we already have a lot of money. Let's go to this grid and see how they built it, because honestly, they didn't just build it all in the same time. They started from here. They actually started from Greenwich Village and Broadway. And I mean, there were country and rural roads out here. It's not like they're building random, like, comb hair style districts. The city would look something like the video has it here early on. So right here, as you can see, the topography and everything, rivers, and so you'd have these roads. This is Broadway right here, pretty much, because it goes right down the center of the island. And so you do have other offshoot roads, a lot of agriculture. It was said to be a very fertile land. So I stopped here. Now this is the Croton Aqueduct. We're not gonna worry about that. New York and Harlem Railroad, and then really from there you see it's already following the grid. So they did have their measurements and everything, but they did build the grid starting from Lower Manhattan and going up. And let's see, when do they put Central Park? Ferry routes. That's going to be good to know because we might have some ferries. All right, so Central Park was in 1857, and the city didn't even reach that way. But again, there were people living. I watched a thing on YouTube, a documentary, a mini documentary, but there was actually people who lived there. So it wasn't like they built this park on absolutely lush green fields, or I guess forests. Wow! And then look at that, 1883, the city just like explodes around the park. So, what I'm gonna do then is use this as a measurement thing. And how many avenues? Wait, we're not done. We're not done looking at maps. This one is clearly a large avenue. Well, not clearly, but I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it is. But every other road has the same width. There's no like really major avenues. I guess maybe this one is. And this one, it kind of looks like they're a bit wider, doesn't it? Kind of looks like this one is wider. But, you know, okay. That to me looks like every, like, 10 blocks for them, which is like 3 blocks for me. Every 3 blocks there's room for an avenue. Like that. Until we get here. So in total, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 what? 6 east to west avenues. Can we fit that in? 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Good. I don't want to. It'd be too much work to count all that. Okay. Like this. This one here is going to be an avenue street, which means we give it one little piece of space more. There is going to be a lot of intersections in this city. That's going to be disastrous or amazing. One, two, three. So this would already be an avenue. This highway's in my way. But we know that's a 1.1 street. You know, we could even give it one of these symbolic pieces. We'll do that here as well. So I was going to comment earlier on how cities would actually be built historically versus the general way, I guess, me and probably a lot of people play City Skylines is you build, an area with a large road on the center and then you try to fill in the middle, but that's not really how roads came to be. Usually you'd have one road, usually a rural road, and then that road would have like offshoots coming off of it. And in the case of New York City, as you could see in that, not time-lapse video, but as you can see in the video that we watched about the city plan, they started like that. They started on one of the rural roads and building their grid plan from there, measuring every block from it. So we know that that started from Greenwich Village, which is here. Are we ready to build Greenwich Village? No, the grid plan actually goes gritty all the way in here, even though the island changes direction. So we're going to get ourselves one more block of 3. Like this, and like that. There we go. Now I'm ready. I am definitely ready. Now we're here. This is the road we're at. Actually, we're at this road. It looks a bit wider right here. Actually, I'll tell you. Some of you might be New Yorkers. I'll tell you what road this is. We'll just have to turn on labels. Maybe I could do customized. Just road names. Why are they putting parks? Places. No. Okay, well, whatever. West 14th Street, or just 14th Street. It's a bit wide. Does it really matter? Not really. And then 14th Street and 8th Avenue, which is, I think, where we are at now, splits off. One goes to the shore, and one goes to 6th Avenue, which is this one, maybe? I don't know. We're not going to have all the avenues. Let me tell you that right away, ladies and gentlemen. We're not going to have all the avenues. I just don't think there's enough room. Let's see. 8, 7, 6. Oh, wait. I'm imagining they named these properly in New York, didn't they? How many avenues do you guys have? One, two, three. Lexington, 4th Avenue or Park Avenue. Okay, that's just Park Avenue. Madison Avenue. Where's 4th Avenue? Did you guys skip 4th Avenue? Does New York not have a 4th Avenue? That's kind of sad. Okay. 5th Avenue, which is, on the west, east side of the park. 6, 7, and then 8, which is the west side. So we did do 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11? Is there an 11th Avenue? Or did you guys name it something funky? They don't even want to tell me. 11th Avenue, and then this is the waterfront. 12th Avenue, okay. 12 avenues. Let's fit 12 avenues here. See if we can do that. So Lexington, all that, it's gonna be guys, it's gonna be too much. We're not gonna be able to fit a building in those blocks if you ask me to do that way. But we have to. Madison, Lexington, one of the other ones, 3 because we skipped 4. There is no 4. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we fit 1, 2, 3, nothing, 5, 6, 7, 8. I just need to do this measurement here, and then I'll be much calmer with the planning of the rest of the city. Because right now, nothing is really happening. But all right, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 4 avenues. I don't think they're gonna fit here. I really don't think they're gonna fit. And actually, we should have given these two a little bit more room because I forgot about the wide road policy. So this one's going to be a wider road. This one's going to be a wider road. And it's okay to take a bit of land from the shore. That road went to the coast easily. Stay up here. And don't align to that stupid road. I don't know what road you're trying to align with, but we don't need that. Okay. So nobody's going to look up here. This is the measurement area of my city. This is also a measurement road. Well, I feel good about having the avenues except the ones on this side. But what I realized is by building this road so out on the water, I think we're going to have to extend the island to where my road thing is right now. I'm not going to build a road there. I'm just going to extend the island in terms of some piers, harbors, boat docks, because that does exist. Bike path on this side, that would make it more realistic. And so in that case, we're probably going to have to extend this island a little bit in here. It's going to be okay because we're dealing with a reduced size map of New York. And, you know, I feel like the people of New York are going to be a bit upset that I'm adding these avenues. They're going to be like, that's not true. Right? There's no wide avenues. No matter which way you look at it, it just seems like they don't have wide avenues. Can I just get a confirmation on that? Yeah, there's literally 4 lanes right here. Wait a minute. There's 2 buses there. Trying to be depicted in 3D. Ah, well, that's a fail. Okay. I see 2 lanes plus a parking lane for bus. So that tells me it's 3 lanes. And then look at this street. That's only 3 lanes. That's literally half as many lanes. Another 3-lane road. Another 3-lane road. Another 3-lane road. 3. Give me a 6-lane road. I'm trying to prove my point here. I'm sure they weren't that for Donkey Kong. I'm sure they knew to put a 6-lane road somewhere here. What's this, a 4-lane road? Nope, 3. Here we go. A beautiful, spanking clean road with 4 lanes and parking. Aha, that changes everything. And see, that is the road that I referred to earlier that looks like it's a wider road. Look at that, that's wide. Because it's a highway exit. Perfect. Okay, well, is there a highway exit? Somewhat, maybe. We don't know, it's too complicated. Too complicated. Right. Stop playing on Google Maps, try to play on City Skylines. That's the goal. That's the goal. So I think we just need to build a random road like this. Really, because this is where the grid starts. Like that. Okay. And then Broadway, I keep calling it the wrong road. Broadway keeps going diagonally, but maybe not necessarily 100% diagonally? Something like this. Okay, Greenwich Village is on my mind, and I want to do it accurately, because I want to have like a little friend's apartment thing. So I'm just trying to figure out. I'm actually looking at the map like this. Maybe the problem is the way I'm looking at the map. It's such a weird thing. So these 2 roads come together. That's what that's what I think I see. And I also see a road going randomly this way. But that's from the next intersection. You see, and in this game, this is already Broadway, so what's the real point of doing this? Well, it's fun. A little bit fun. I mean, it's hard to plan a disorganized city, because that's what I'm going to call it from now on. This is a disorganized area. And I don't see why I should make it not aligned. Except maybe right here. Because then we're actually using the squares in the middle here. Yep, we'll do that. And then we're going to be left with these weird chunks for roads. But there you go. That's Greenwich Village. It's not as beautiful as and messed up as this one. Ooh, but there's a cool intersection here. Bleecker and Hudson Street. Hmm. It looks like it would be this one here. So I think, yeah, we have to build like at least one more block of this. And you know what? We're going to be classy and we're going to make this the leading road. Leading means the one on which the grid is based. So we have a nice intersection here where we can fit a nice corner building. So this one goes here, messes up this street. That's okay. That's okay. That's what we want. And this one can attach to this road sneakily, as if it's supposed to be that way. Now, use our handy dandy degrid tool here. And maybe here? There's okay. So this degrid tool, it resolves issues of them trying to zone on both roads, which is good because then it leaves us with more perfect grid sections. So did I get that a little bit accurately? Not at all, not at all. I feel like I built this part here now. Okay, that's good enough, I think. Everything else seems to be pretty handy dandy here. Pretty simple. This was supposed to be deliberately crooked, but it's crooked in the wrong direction, if you know what I mean. Like, it's supposed to be angled facing a bit more south, and it's actually facing a bit more north. Fun fact, you screwed that up, because I was following this bridge. I'm okay with that. How do you remedy that? You don't rebuild the district, that's gonna cause undue stress. We're gonna have to this road here that's gonna align it is literally gonna be a fake road because there's no road like that. All right, let's go ahead and zone. This would be madness. Greenwich Village. Now I think that I don't know if I mentioned this, but I definitely enabled a mod where I have all the unlocks. I didn't realize that. I thought I just unlocked the unique buildings, which aren't all unlocked. It's supposed to be unlocked. But instead, I think I unlocked all the milestones. So I think we can buy a bunch of land. We can buy as much land as we want. All 81 tiles, actually. And I would like it to be daytime soon. So that I can see what is going on in the city. Now, even though I have high density zoning unlocked, I don't feel I should be using it right away. I really don't. I think that's going to be premature. Yeah, this district is definitely poorly built. Ooh, are we going to do a crazy thing where we just move the whole entire district? Let's do that. That's always a bit fun to do. Just grab the entire district. And we pray that this doesn't like crash the game or anything. So, I mean, it's a bit boring if we have it face the same angle as these roads. Because that ain't the case. That ain't the case. They're supposed to face... Oh! Did I just mess up? Was I supposed to take the grid plan Ooh. Well, we're already in the process of turning the neighborhood around, so let's just make sure it's perfect. Yeah, it's supposed to. I was looking at these roads, I think, whereas I should have been looking at these roads. I turn it a bit around. You know, I do think it still needed to be turned around a bit. Turned around. Get turned up. And what kind of spacing are we going to go for here? Minimal spacing. That could be good, I think. No, don't despawn all my buildings. Don't despawn all my buildings. I think they already despawned a bunch. Or... Ooh, and that was my power plant. Okay, oops. I thought I was like, why is that building so random? It was my power plant. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a bridge. Why did it build a bridge? Okay. So, let's just make sure that this thing looks okay over here. Okay, we saved the neighborhood a little bit. I'm not loving these connections, so we might have to adjust those. And lastly, ooh, do we need our power station? I think we do, because we have notifications disabled. Notifications. These are disabled, my friend. They're disabled. Flat out disabled. Okay, so let's bring this road here, because then we know what we're working with. Yep. And I would need to do one of these. This is called a cautionary demolition, where I demolish it just to make sure that the grid is perfect. We're not going to allow any grid mistakes past this road. Okay? That's the road I draw the line. Everything before that can be as crooked as it wants. You see? Like this. Let me show you with the grid. It makes it even more horrendous. What is that? Why is that zoned blue? Why is this backyard not zoned? I'm no commie. You can have your background. Backyard. You can have your backyard. What's this guy doing? Now, this guy's just living in someone else's backyard. That's what's going on. Crazy. Don't call him crazy. You were once that guy. Ooh, what's going on here? Convenience store? That's so funny. You know, this is part of the mods that I downloaded, and um, one of these mods adds a building theme, and I think that they think convenience stores need to be this tall. I'm gonna see. I should probably control these people. So the way to control that, we have to set the theme to being enable theme international, European, or international. I think international is the one I want. Just to check here, quickly. International. Yeah, the international is the base game theme, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Let's see if we select the international theme and demolish these towers, because we're not ready for skyscrapers just yet. Now, this I'm okay with. This is clearly a New York style, Brooklyn style shop. Yeah, we're going to see how well these mods work out for us. If they don't work out for us, we're going to turn them off. It's going to save me some... Well, what is it? Not much. Not much. Save me some loading time, I guess. Okay, let's go back here and make sure that this is good. So, we could potentially name the streets that we draw as we do them so that they become, what was this, 14th Street? You sure? Yep. So, 14th Street. And where's First Street? Is it this one? Is it really this short? And this is Bleecker Street. Come on, guys, you could have connected the two. At least made the street longer than 3 blocks. And overshadowed by East Houston. Should be called Houston, right? We get to build Houston right now. Houston connects up to the south segment of Greenwich Village, which I didn't build too accurately, which might be here. Do I need to go in and help Greenwich Village be even more unique? I feel like it needs one of these roads. Boom. Look at that. Crazy man just got crazier. He does not want his city to look aligned whatsoever. I guess this one is Houston. But if it is, it needs a bit more room. It needs to be spaced out better. That's a little bit sad because I don't have more space. Let's see, what if I build a road like this and align this one to the bridge? It could work very nicely. And then from this side... You know what? We're gonna have to just rebuild this whole district. We don't have to. We might have to. I'm just surprised these buildings aren't despawning. Like, what mod is that I have on? Well, that's good for me. I mean, I guess I can just rebuild the road. Then it's not like we have to rebuild the district. Then we're good. How is that? Wow. Just wow. That's me connecting Houston. It does not even have that absurd bend in it. You're crazy. You're not following the plan. What's the plan? Connect it to this street. Exactly. So it goes up a bit, and then it goes back down, and then it turns angles. We're not going to have that complicated of a thing. I'm just going to have it go here, and then go even more abruptly there. Nice. And now we're here, apparently, at 6th Avenue. So I've literally, if you live on this anywhere between Broadway and 6th Avenue on Houston, you're all fitting in these 6 squares in a shop. And then this guy just refuses to move even though his street has been demolished. Come on, buddy. Get out. Move your biggie burgers somewhere else. Okay. Not bad. I think we're doing good here because as soon as we connect this up in a reasonable manner, then we should be good. Now, I don't want to really draw... Ooh, I thought this was going to solve this. That's not good. See, this is why I do those demolitions, and then it still screws it up. We want perfect squarage. For the squares to be perfect. These? So, 8th Avenue, 7th, 6th, 5. We are learning to count, as always on Kusan Gaming. There we go. Oh, actually, no. See, we're counting the right numbers. I mean, we're counting the wrong... We know how to count. We're counting the wrong numbers. So, 7, 5, 4? Or Park Avenue? So then here's where we have to do that funky stuff. But then you have Broadway here, so you do have to take into consideration Broadway. And where Broadway crosses, where is that very famous building where Broadway crosses 12th Avenue? What was that? 23rd Street. You get the Flatiron Building. Is that what it's called? Flatiron Public Plaza. Yep. So there's the Flatiron Building, very famous area. Madison Square Park. So what we're gonna do here, and that's actually where Madison Street starts. That makes sense. Okay. And the National Museum of Mathematics. Excellent. Great place to be to relax and to go do math. So Broadway, 5th Avenue, and 23rd Street. 5th Avenue is here. I'll draw a small road for now. And, well, if this is 14th, again, we're omitting a few streets here, so I guess it'd have to be right here. Yeah, that works. 14th Street, 24th-ish street, so every 3 blocks is about 10 streets. We'll have to pretend that's the truth. It's that. Another way I'm just gonna avoid, oops, why is it underground? Another way I'm gonna avoid this like grid from becoming screwed up, if I may say so, is gonna be by not connecting the roads at all. Like that. Just gonna build through it, and then later on we'll figure out, once there's more buildings in the surroundings, I think we'll be good to connect the roads up, but not now. It's like a fake intersection. Everything is fake. Fake news, fake intersections, fake streams. This isn't even a stream, guys. I'm not here. So does Broadway have to like jump from here to here? We're gonna have no room for buildings if we do this. If it goes from here to there, there's no room for buildings. That's okay. You can have my room. You can build where I was gonna build. I don't know. It's gonna go. We're gonna do that later. We should start zoning, right? I'm just like tempted to bring this row down, just to get some basic decent alignment. And surprise, surprise, we didn't even leave room for the FDR highway. Are we just gonna build that? Yeah, we're gonna leave some room. We're not gonna have a First Avenue. First Avenue, is that a thing? Don't ask that question. You're literally streaming a New York thing, and you're asking questions about the thing that you're doing. No, just pretend you know what you're doing. You just told them it's a fake stream. It's not like they're expecting much. Okay, no matter how I connect these crooked roads up with crooked roads, they're trying to mess with my gridiron plan. And this is a normal day for me on City Skylines. I mean, let's at least choose one landmark. Connect up. See, they do a good job here. They connect the blocks here with the blocks there. That I think is perfect. So we really have to try to like get in as deep as possible. That's what she said. He said, to the yikes, how are you gonna segue from that? Now you've dug yourself into that joke that you can't finish. With these streets. With what streets? What are you talking about? Our streets. You know, I'm just gonna do one of those. You know, I'm gonna do the simple answer. We're not gonna make this all complicated for no reason. We are going to have what? One of these roads. Come on. Snap to the right point. Nope. We're gonna go in closer. Snap to there. Please. You can do it. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna go keep going. Okay, good. Good enough. And that can go there. Okay. I think it's good. I think it's okay. This guy's not even connected. Okay, that's good. It's just this guy. And I don't know what kind of spacing this is here, but I guess we're going with that. And there you go. You're golden, you're all golden. Now we have a bit of empty room here. Oh, what are we going to do with empty room? Don't panic. I'm panicking. I'm panicking. What is that? This? Is it a Y thing? It's literally the opposite of a Y thing. I think we failed connecting the two things. Because clearly everything's supposed to come up to Houston. Houston? I keep saying it wrong. Yeah. So just don't be shy and bring your roads right up to Houston. Even though they won't align. Like that. That's what they want. That's what the people demand in New York City. They want to be able to get from like Park Avenue to Houston in no time. They're going to Soho. Of course, that leaves my grid plan a bit screwed up here. Why is it a little bit screwed up? I don't like that. I want it to be perfect. You've come here on the wrong day. You've come on the day where he's trying to perfect a grid that he can't even... Grids are so simple. Come on. First Avenue, there it is. If you were wondering, that's First Avenue. Now, thanks to wonderful mods, we have an intersection right next to another intersection. It's not great. And why we're going to rebuild it is because we have too many nodes there. So now we're right here. And it's not aligning the way I want. Who votes that we move this neighborhood a little bit? Well, why move it? Well, you just rebuild it. Not rebuild it, but like build on it. Now we have all these weird funky shapes appearing in our grid. Ooh, that's what I do not like. Look, a simple intersection. You're messing with me. It's a simple intersection. Yeah. 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 I take that. That's the one I take. Okay. So, how are we going to fix this? Simple. Very simple. Ooh, look, it's not aligning. You guys, I'm sorry, but your days are over. No, don't be so mean. You can fix them. I swear to you, I cannot. There's little lines appearing everywhere. They should ban that in this city. They should really fix that. No more little, if it's almost a grid, it's good enough to be a grid. So, thankfully my buildings don't get demolished when I do this. And I could just pretend like this was the main road the whole time. Boom. Oh, good. It even aligned there now perfectly. What is going on? Just busting my balls. Okay, but what's this? You clearly... Oh, jeez. You know, maybe sometimes it's when there's too many nodes here. Let's see what that does. Remove node. Yep, we fixed that little problem. Now we have... What is this node? It's in the middle... There's nothing here. What? Oh, is that like water pipes? I see, I see. Okay, well, I think we just rebuild the road and should fix the problem. I do believe that that would fix the problem. Now, this should work. You know, that I'm going to accept. That is okay. Perfect. It's all industrial. Hold your horses. It's not all industrial. You know, I'm probably gonna have to rebuild this off camera because I know it's bothering me a bit. I know it might be bothering you. Probably not. You're probably like, why is this guy so worried about that one small intersection? Well, because look, I'm gonna have to build another intersection here. Oh, and that fixed it. Huh. Well, it fixed one side, it broke the other side. So, what are we dealing here with? Roads that are not connecting up beautifully. We want them to connect up beautifully. Oh, look, I can do it. Uh, just squeeze it in there. Oh, there it is. There we go. Nobody will ever know. Perfect. Okay. One more, or we're good? I think we're good. If we do any more, we're just going to be here all day. So these factories are happy. This can be, I don't know, something else. And yeah, so what's our demand? Our demand is for residential. We're going to come here and what we're going to do is choose an avenue and we're going to choose this one. This is where Times Square is on, actually. We're just going to give it, we're just going to zone it. Give it a zoning. And the measurement is 12 on this side. I think it's 12 on this side as well. Yeah, let's just zone it. What we're here for. I will later on be able to customize these intersections and these roads to be more that look like roads from the actual city. So obviously a lot more trees. Wait, hold on. They want an avenue here as well. So I want to do the avenues now because usually, even though we can customize and fix things later and even rebuild districts, sometimes the hardest thing is getting an avenue in to an existing neighborhood. And that's why I'm checking now. Does Houston want to go all the way to the shore? I don't think it. It really does get from wide to narrow. Yeah, they do have this road that's pretty wide. Manhattan Bridge, which we don't have. So Manhattan Bridge is probably going to come in right here, and I'm going to have to build a huge avenue ripping through these people's houses. So fun. So fun. Now, I'm just wondering when they ask me for commercial, what am I going to do? I think we're going to continue making these areas commercial. Bit of commercial for Greenwich Village here. Now I could actually make these districts and name them. That would be good. That would be helpful, I guess, A, to people who aren't from the US, from New York City, but also to myself. And also, it would be just nice to do so, wouldn't it? Now this road, do we want to continue this road? It's a logical time to do that. Just finish Greenwich Village up. But you know what? I like doing things piecemeal at a time here. That's how real neighborhoods are done. So this is gonna be Greenwich Village. We're gonna extend it up to here, I guess. Guys, it's not perfect. If your road's not there, don't get upset. Because you have to play pretend. Now, Greenwich Village is funnily enough spelled Greenwich. Greenwich. Why? Greenwich Village. Ooh. We gotta make sure we stop them from building skyscrapers at this time. I see you, Brooklyn. Yeah, so this is why I'm gonna get rid of those mods, because I don't like when they build. I like the growable stuff, but really you have to micromanage the mod for it to grow what you want it to grow. So we're just gonna... Actually, you know what? I think there's a way to apply a theme to your whole city. Policies. Themes. City policies. Okay. enable theme manager, international. So at the moment, so then let's go to Lower Manhattan and take this one off. Yeah, let's see if that works. So that even if it's not in a district, they're not going to be crazy about building the crazy thing they want to build, the crazy building in 1800. So we're still pre-18, we're around 1800 now, so this is very accurate because this is when the grid plan in 1811 was initiated. This is going to be Chelsea. I do want to have a Hell's Kitchen because it sounds like both a fun and dangerous place to be. Not even dangerous, just like satanic. I'm not too sure here where it is. I think it's a bit lower, right? I think we need to turn on some more labels. Places. And I just thought, oh, you know what? Google Maps is a lot better at getting district names. So Hudson Yards, Chelsea, Hell's Kitchen should be right between the two, no? Or right above, right above. Garment District. Hell's Kitchen. So that is really up here, actually. It's really beside Times Square. Times Square. You are going to Times Square. East Village. I think we're going to be building that pretty soon. Right north of Houston. East Village. So they have Greenwich Village. Just called it West Village. Oh, it's right there, West Village. So then why Greenwich? Greenwich. Sorry, said it wrong. What is this neighborhood in the middle called? Midtown, probably. Gramercy Park, Flatiron District. Okay. So, yeah. East Village is very residential, but the thing about it is, again, I said this yesterday's stream, if you look at the way that the buildings are very planned out, very tall, especially this like Stuyvesant Tower, Peter, Cooper Village, right here on the waterfront. They have a lot of these high rises, which clearly wouldn't have been there in 1800. So this would all have been, I'm assuming, industry. I could be wrong, but just by the fact that almost everywhere you look on the shoreline, there's a harbor, a pier, especially on the Hudson River. Of course, the Hudson River does have the potential to have like much deeper ships. It's a deep river. The East River, though, I'm not going to put it aside. I see a lot less of these harbor piers and stuff, docks, but I know they exist. Like, look, there's canals here and everything. And then you have to think about the Brooklyn Bridge and Manhattan Bridge. Like, these bridges are very tall, so definitely they have cargo going there. So that's why I just assume, I'm not a historian, but this would all have been mostly industrial and or just terrible tenements to live in because they were obviously rooted, taken out, and rebuilt. So let's just check here again. We're in the early 1800s. So I think we've hit this point here. This is Greenwich Village here with the diagonal roads. And this is where Houston meets the plan, which is what we're doing. I don't know what this box is. What's this empty box? It's unincorporated. It's not part of New York yet. As you can see, they built right up to it too. That's just my guess. So yeah, as you can see here, you have two narrow blocks. And then if you look here in today's map, I'll go on Google Earth so I can spin it around. Yeah, they have those two blocks. Let's go see if there's something historical here that we can just pick out with our eyes. I don't see any factories, and sometimes you have the warehouses. This is a school. Oh, factory. What did I say? I don't know, what is that factory of, though? Manhattan Pump Station. Okay, so they have, like, dry dock playground. Okay, dry docks. Are they building ships here? I'll do some more research in it. For now, we're just, if we need industry, that's where it's going to go. Especially right here, especially as far away from the residences on the west side. Oh, it's starting. It's already starting. West side, east side. Oh, I just noticed there's a comment. Hi. Well, hi. Hello. Welcome to the stream. We are, okay, renaming districts. East Village. Because we're starting this whole east-west dichotomy. Connect this road back up. Somehow, it doesn't truly matter. I think we're gonna have to like fix this area up a little bit later, so yeah. As long as it looks like it could be New York at the moment. Okay, there we go. So I'll put more industry here. We don't need that much industry right now. You know, I better turn on my notifications on. I bet you that there's problems in this city. There's a bit of a garbage problem, but I'm glad that there's like, I'm glad people have water. Okay, I take that back. These people don't have water and they don't have power. So we're going to solve that water problem very shortly. I'm just going to fix these pipes to look like they were built underneath the roads. Well, to look like they were built under roads. That's what I'm doing. Excellent. Okay. That covers that. Now, not this poor little house. Demolish it. Take him out of his misery. I take that back. Let's give them water. I should never have demolished that house. Okay, so. Garbage. What's wrong with our garbage? Oh, it's full. And it's in the middle of the city. Ooh, I know. Let's put it in the East Village, where we've been choosing to pollute. I sort of want to hide it from the waterfront. Okay, so this is going to be a pretty polluted area for a little while. I think that's okay. I think that's okay. We do need a lot of industry. Again, this is New York. New York is based on heavy industrialization. What does that even mean? I mean, it's boom years. We're really in those years. Now is the time for us to just use this grid to our advantage. Let's build a few more houses. Yeah, we won't go above the highway yet. Whatever that highway is not supposed to be there. We need to build... There's no power. Why is there no power? Who turned the lights out? Jeez. Okay, power. Let's put a power station in Brooklyn. It's time we pollute in Brooklyn a little bit. They've been getting so much of the love and not so much of the pollution, even though they have industry. Yeah, actually, you know what? Let's give them a power plant in their industrial area. That way, we know their industries will always be on working. Perfect. Right beside the highway. I like that. There we go. And all the problems are solved. Garbage is going to be solved very shortly. And it's nighttime. But this is the city that never sleeps. So yeah. Okay, while it's nighttime, while it's doing its thing, I'm just gonna go back here to Google Earth, Google Maps. No, we're gonna go back to this video. 1834. And see, that's where we are now. 1834, 1842, sorry. And if we look down here, how do I get this thing out? Just want to take a look at the bottom part of the map here. Brooklyn. So Brooklyn expands in those years. So we should probably switch over to Brooklyn now. Well, we have the demand here, so why don't we go ahead and zone here while we can. We always can. We always can. And I think we're gonna not have as many industries on up here in the grid because, well, we don't want to pollute our beautiful grid, do we? And we're also going to start a very organized pipeline system. Just like that. In fact, I don't think we need this one in the middle. There we go. So even though Broadway crosses here, the grid doesn't avoid that. We have to cross here. And cross here. Oh, see, it's not aligning. I do not like that. We're going to do one of those tricks where we don't actually cross the road. And it's not that we're going to keep it like that. It's... Yet we've already screwed up Broadway. Okay, don't worry, we'll put it back in. There we go. I'll just zone you guys back in. And then we build this other inconspicuous road. So I'm just thinking about which road do I want to extend first. But at the moment, yeah, because I do want to follow, you know what? Yeah, we need to build at least the intersection here. So as not to have people's hopes that high over whether their house is going to stay there or be demolished in the future. So do I want to bring this road here? And then this road here, yeah. Obviously I'm going to want this one. But right here in the middle, there's a missing piece, I think. Not that it's missing, but it's very accurate to have two roads like that, because then you have Madison and Lexington avenues. But those roads don't go all the way into the southern part of the grid here. So if we look at Google Earth, they end about the Flatiron District right here. Madison goes up to here. This is Park Avenue. You see, and I made a mistake, I think. Wait, no, Madison is not above Park Avenue. Oh, it is. Oh, I was thinking that's Park Avenue. And then there's Lexington. So yeah, the grid does get a bit denser here. But down here, here's Flatiron District where Madison Avenue ends. And then here is... What would that be? I don't even know what that would be. It will tell me here, the Smith. Ooh, that's a restaurant. This must be a district. There must be a name. I don't know the name at the moment. Yep. So we'll probably find a way we'll end this street here. Wait, but that's Park Avenue. Isn't Park Avenue supposed to have... This is Park Avenue. There we go. This is Park Avenue. Okay. We have to remind... We'll put a mental note. We'll upgrade this road. This road. So I messed up a bit. I put Lexington and Madison next to each other, which is not how it's supposed to be. I can fix it. It's early enough. Okay, so we're going to have the spacing of 4.1 here. And over here, we're going to have a spacing of 4.1 again. Yep. So this is Park. And that, I think, should go down to the end here. And as for the other streets, they have to end up somewhere. But we won't worry too much about that right now. All right. And they have water, correct? Correct. All right, so not looking bad. If I zoom out a bit, turn on the cinematic camera, and try to like not have our polluted waterways in there. We have this wonderful thing. So now I'm just deliberating. Do we want to work on a bit of New Jersey? Or do we really want to do Brooklyn, where we saw clearly that Brooklyn was growing in the 1840s? There's a giant fire happening that we can see from space. They're probably accurate also. In 1840, there probably was a fire. As sad as that is. So then I think let's just go back quickly and check what that video tells us about New Jersey. Nothing, because New Jersey is not part of New York City. The experts will tell you that New Jersey is not part of New York. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Not why it's not part of the city. That doesn't matter. But in any historical context or YouTube video, I'm mainly complaining, I guess, about YouTube videos. No, not really. Yeah, people just don't talk about New Jersey or, like, for instance, the New York subway. I mean, guys, you didn't think of connecting New Jersey? Like, what kind of a mad city planner are you? You have... Okay, I get it. It's across state lines. But it's been done. There's been metros that cross state lines, no? I've seen on YouTube some people show how in Europe they definitely have some transit systems, not intercity trains, but literal buses and trams. I think that go from Switzerland to France, and yeah, probably I think there's Germany to Poland as well. Okay, so rainy day in Brooklyn. We're in Brooklyn. I think we're going to work on Brooklyn just because we have started it here. It looks damn cute. Darn cute. What is this? What's this thing? I don't know what that is. There's some unlawful activity here. Ooh, or is it just random people? No, there's a car there. There's definitely a car there. Something happened. Oh, you know what? I know what it is. There's a high school here. We can't see it because we have the European thing turned off. That's strange. Wait, resume. If I turn my policy back on, or at least here in Garnet Hills, which we have to rename, Theme. If we enable the European theme, not all buildings are loaded. Right, well there's a glitch there. That's okay. Because I did place a high school here, but it was a European looking high school. Probably shouldn't have done that. And okay, that means that my European looking elementary school, which is right here, is not right here. Huh. So our city currently has no education, I'm very ashamed to say. Okay, that's okay. So let's rename this district to... Alright, so I see a Vinegar Hill right here. Cobble Hill. Downtown Brooklyn. A lot of choices. Red Hook. Carrot Gardens. Columbia Street Waterfront District. I kind of am leaning towards Waterfront District because it encompasses more than one district, and there's no clear hill right here. There actually is a hill. There is a hill. But it would be rude to point out one hill and not the other one, so let's just call it the Waterfront District. Or we could also call it Downtown Brooklyn. All right. Brooklyn Timber. Well, that we could probably call Vinegar Hill. Vinegar. Now, downtown Brooklyn is essentially what we're working on now. Very important. This building, I wish I could somehow select it and make sure it's not there. Because there's a car there. Well, you know what? That's okay. The car is an abandoned car. Let's take a look at Brooklyn. We're going to do it in Google Earth because we're going to turn our camera around. And right here, following the plan we have in Vinegar Hill, Brooklyn downtown needs to continue that grid, but also have it skew somewhat that way. And also have it try to merge somewhat with this grid. Yikes. Right, let's just align our map here. I find it a little bit easier if we actually align the map in the two games. I'm going to make it, while we're building a district, it's probably wise to have day-night cycle turned off. So there we go. So already these ones are not skewing the direction they should be. We're going to make it work. We're going to make it work. Literally downtown Brooklyn is like 3 blocks here. We'll do one of those. And this one will probably connect here. I think I'm zoomed either a bit too far out. Now, Manhattan Bridge, we don't have Manhattan Bridge. Brooklyn Bridge turns to follow the grid here. This bridge would kind of go to this street. So I think I'm going to do another mental reminder and just like bring the street up. That looks absolutely horrendous. Ooh, it definitely looks horrendous. Okay, we're gonna have to do an intersection here. There we go. Not bad, not bad. I mean, it's all work in progress. And Manhattan Bridge. Let's actually do that. How are we gonna fit so many bridges into such a small area? That's a good question. This bridge, which needs to connect to Brooklyn Street. I said it again. Broadway Street, sorry. From Brooklyn. and then unabashedly just keep going diagonally. And then it becomes a very interesting grid splitter right here. It's a very interesting place. And I haven't been there. I've been to New York, but I haven't been there. So it has to do what this bridge is doing. Is this Manhattan Bridge? Is maybe Brooklyn supposed to be here somewhere? Probably not. It would go from here to here. I feel like we're gonna have to rip through a lot of this stuff, including our cemetery. Oh, it's not good. It's not good. It's not looking good for our city planners here. Okay, well that's okay. Let's do it anyway. Um, Now there's a weird hill here that I want to make work for us. So the top of the hill is here. We're gonna have to rip through this beautiful neighborhood we built last episode. Not beautiful by the sense that we put too much work into it, but it is on a nice hill. So this is what I call hopeful planning. It's when we place a road that, we already demolished buildings to have to place this road, and we just hope that we're pointing it in the right way. We didn't quite point it the exact right way. But if we just select these two nodes, I think we can turn it around a little bit. Let's see if that'll work. And also this bridge does stay in the air for quite a bit of time. And it actually needs to connect up to this. That's not actually enough suspension pieces, is it? Is it because of this road? We want to have two suspension things. Okay, handy dandy road anarchy. Give us suspension. Boom. Perfect. Okay, where did the pillar go? Why did the pillar disappear? You know what? We can solve that, I think. First we'll try putting this up in the air a bit. No. Well, the other option is to make it a bit shorter, like this. And then we just do the same thing from this side, make sure they're the same length of suspension, which is, I already checked, two lines, 20 squares. And right here we have to just change it back to a regular bridge. In fact, we don't need to rely on the connection that it gave us. Build our own connection. Yeah, it's doing some funky stuff here, and that's what mods will do. Funky stuff. Okay, there has to be... Is this okay? Alright, well, any minute editing that we have to do, we'll do later. I mean, I may do myself later. I probably won't. I'll do it with you guys. Or I won't do it. Or I might do it. Let's see. What I want to know is, did I get the pillars in the right place? Obviously not. This pillar... The Brooklyn Bridge, the pillar is in Brooklyn, and then this one's in the water. Same goes for Manhattan Bridge. The pillar is pretty much right here. in Brooklyn, and then the other pillar is in the water. So, and if I'm looking at the length of the suspension on each bridge, Brooklyn has a longer span. So, yeah, we're gonna have to rebuild Brooklyn Bridge. And just doing that doesn't seem to work. Okay, but by doing that, you've already committed yourself to rebuilding the bridge. Okay, that's okay because I think it's gonna look great. Pillar in the water, pillar not in the water. Yeah, it's not working with those longer sections of bridge right now, which is very interesting. The longer the section, the less it works. Okay, let's pull out our handy dandy Brooklyn Bridge mod and see. Guys, this is not going to work. I already checked. But just to prove to you, this will not work. I mean, it could work. It would just be horrendous. So unfortunately, and there's nothing I can do. I can't make it shorter. Actually, we haven't tested that out, have we? If I apply this node trick, because there are roads there. There are roads. To be able to connect a road to there. So grab the node. Huh. Okay. And what about the pillar? Ooh. Okay. And now what? Oh man, it has a pedestrian path and everything. It's perfect. What if we just made it work? It's gonna be terrible, but we could just make it work. And by the way, I also have Manhattan Bridge, and it's just as bad. You build one segment, you build the other segment. It doesn't have any roads associated with it, but quite frankly, how would we fit that in? You know, I kind of think maybe we should. I mean, the challenge is part of the fun, isn't it? We're gonna have these ginormous bridges, just like spanning the city. No, it doesn't even make sense because, first of all, the bridge would have to start really, really far back here. It's gonna mess with our skyline too. This is definitely a no-no, but I'm still willing to try. You know, I even have questions. Is this gonna even fit that 6-lane road? It like seems like it won't even fit a 6-lane road. It's kind of thin. It does have room for trains. That's so cool. I really wish that prop tool worked. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna not have this yet, but I will take a look back at that mod that might make it possible to make those bridges smaller, and and it doesn't even, you know, that the way the what is that mod called? Procedural objects. So the way that that works is you can scale it not just in size, but also just in one of the directions. It can either be longer, taller, thicker. We want thicker. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. So we're gonna build a pretty good temporary bridge here. I'm pretty sure. So it doesn't work past 2. It has to be 2 lines long. No, it doesn't work at all. Ooh, I know why, guys. Pillar collision. That's what it is, isn't it? Pillar collision. There we go. That will do. Now I just have to go back and modify this to be proper looking. I think this is a terrible entrance for our bridge, but that's temporary. Temporary means for now. So yeah, I really want those Brooklyn bridges, but I told myself before I started the stream, like, because I tried it a few times to make it work, it wasn't working. So I told myself I'd rather have fun. I'd rather build the in-game bridges. That's all we have. That's all we have. I wonder if we get rid of the road underneath, will it fix the pillar? It won't fix the pillar. We'll make it work. I think if we put this bridge down first, then put the road underneath, it won't really care about the pillar anymore. And I think our road went somewhere up to here. It was like very aligned. Very aligned. Hey, look at that. You drive right under the pillar. It's pretty cool. And see? And now the game is back in town to impress. Ooh, although we have a bit of a height issue. I don't think that's even attached. Oops. Yeah, we better reattach this because we have a few services on that side of the road. We need to get it attached. And we'll just alter the height. And this is me trying to build Brooklyn. I know we're not really spending time in Brooklyn, but gotta get this bridge right. Make sure the clearance here is okay. Not that it really matters, but make sure that this thing here is a little bit taller. Obviously, I edited the prop without the actual bridge, because that happens when you use these mods. Now I have to check with the other bridges to see if it's aligned. There we go. A lot of pedestrians already using it. Actually, I wonder if I used this other bridge that I have. What's this? What is this thing? It's a weird screen. Oh, it's my bridge pillar mod that's been like messing me up. Okay. Well, can we not have it active? Can we hide it somehow? Right. Let's just check if the grade of this bridge is fine. I think it's fine. I think it's dandy. Oh, and we have a few bridges in the background. I'm going to get rid of these. And then I guess we have to continue this road to be straight. And it crosses Brooklyn Road. You know, let's connect it up with this road, this highway. We're doing a switcheroo here. In fact, that means we can have this road continue there. Nice. Okay. So we'll go to the highway tool. Because what we really are dealing with is with a one-way highway. Now, I've never seen a highway build itself over the top of a graveyard. That's... Oh my gosh, I have the node selection tool not selected, so obviously it hasn't even been connecting any of the roads to any of the roads that I've been selecting. And it's still not connecting. It's strange. Hmm. I'm definitely gonna uninstall this mod because it's really funky and weird. It's the bridge pillar mod, and I never had it before, and then I think I needed to get it for the Brooklyn Bridge work. But clearly that's not working, so that's okay. Right, hopefully this works, but we do need to give Manhattan Bridge an exit. Let's go check out how that works. Probably with a same thing as the Brooklyn Bridge. Little roundabout doohickeys. And then we also have to take into account this road. Oh wow, there's a lot of roads to be putting in this small area. Especially when our bridges are this close. Now I know that there's a hill here, but I'm gonna be slowly, I think, using this for dirt when I need to terraform. We're gonna evict everyone. We're gonna demolish the road and dig underneath their houses. It's gonna be pretty fun. Because this is unacceptable. In fact, it's so unacceptable, I can't even have that road underneath be existing right now. Ooh. So where's Manhattan Bridge gonna connect to? I think it's gonna connect to... Yeah, let's fix Brooklyn first. That way we have a bit more room here. That is Brooklyn Bridge. Now, those bridges in the olden days always had a curve in them. That's what makes them so funky. Have I cut power to the whole city by doing what I just did, or are you guys good? So yeah, I really need to move this mod. I can't do it right now because we're in the middle of a stream. So, but this stream is coming to an end pretty soon because we've been at it for about an hour and a half, I think. So, actually, yeah, almost an hour and a half, more than an hour and a half. So I'm gonna improve the Brooklyn exit, considering I'm not gonna really spend too much time on it right now because we might change it. Here's Brooklyn Bridge, and it comes in like that. It actually does like this as well. One street goes there, and then the other street comes on. Is an on-ramp, on and off, and then the road turns under the bridge, Prospect Street. There's an on-ramp here and an on-ramp from there. It's all very complicated, but, well, somewhat complicated. Yeah, something like this. What do we say? And obviously it would have been better to use highway on-ramps. That would have been logical. I don't know what I've done here. I don't want to curve this road, but I'm gonna have to. I mean, not curve it, but like take it off of its grid-oriented curvature. Maybe our bridge is really tall. It doesn't need to be this tall. Holy cow. I mean, this is really a steep slope. I think it's because there's a hill right underneath. Yeah, okay, that's okay. That's okay. Now, do we want to give Manhattan Bridge... See, what Manhattan Bridge does is it connects up to this very important road here, Tillery Street. Tillery, which Brooklyn Bridge also connects to as the first main street where they have an intersection. So I think that would be an important street to actually have. Because the way I pretty much just drew it, I connected Manhattan Bridge to this highway, whatever this is. Not that that's built accurately at all in here, but because what they did is they split up. They used Williamsburg Bridge down here as the city entrance. This is one way, and then this is the one way out. So it works pretty good for traffic flow. This intersection pretty much is the in-out point for our city. Yeah, I'm gonna we have a lot of demand, so while we're building, it's good to have these people moving in. Oh, look at that, they're crazy. Absolutely crazy demand. A lot of garbage problems, and I'll tell you why. We have caused mayhem by disconnecting that bridge. Actually, that's false. There's no garbage dumps on that side of the river, which I always think there is. All right, Brooklyn, are you ready for your first pile of garbage? Because you have to commit. Everyone needs to do their share here. Put it in the forestry district, in the least forested area part of it. We'll put 2. I know that's totally cheating. Oops, this demolished it. We can actually have an incineration plant because I have, not cheated, but unlocked all the milestones. Let's do it. I'm not here to manage garbage with my time, so there we go. So they're happily getting on Brooklyn Bridge. They're also using it as an intersection. Now, I'm not one to really use mods in live time in front of people, but in this case, it's like, yeah, don't go forward and don't turn left. This is an on-ramp. That's all it is. And what else? I mean, it'd be pretty silly if these people... What do you mean these people? You know what? I'm not going to edit the rest of it because clearly there's going to be road upgrades and stuff, and that usually just overwrites any of the thing you did. So I think that this is the street because look, Brooklyn Bridge connects up to this street. So Manhattan Bridge connects up here. I'm talking about this street. And so for a temporary highway exit, what do? We have to fit it into this little triangle, which is right here. And we can't move this because... Nope, yes we can, because we have all the mods. Yep, that's what makes it so great. Where do we want to move it? Let's move it here, Brooklyn. It's all Brooklyn anyway. But I mean, you're going to put it on this mountain? Is it going to look good? Not even a mountain. Yeah, it looks good. Ooh, look, we have little New York houses. So there you go. An accurate depiction of New York. What you're looking at. We have major death problems. Okay. Okay. They need a crematorium. Okay, if you are going to judge me for what I just did, which is put a clinic inside of a graveyard. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. I'm just doing this so that there's no problems. I want to grow the city. I know, it's a bit less challenging, but this is what happens when you have mods. You become a cheater. Hey, we have no schools in our city. I mentioned that earlier. Let's put this school there because there's actually a school there already, and there's a school here. European High School, and it's disabled. We'll put a school right here. So I'm really just need to get this highway exit done with as little thinking as possible. So why don't we do this? Why don't we make something creative on our own, with our own brain? Let's do one of these. I like those highway exits that line up with the grid around them, so I want to do one of those. It's not looking as chic as I wanted it to look because I guess I wanted it to line up more like this. That's okay for now. Actually, maybe like this is better. Yeah, there we go. Then it looks like it's in a straight line. I mean, it's supposed to be. And then how are we, oops, skip me. How are we gonna get people on this? Because right now, if you want to leave the city from Brooklyn, you have to cross Brooklyn Bridge, go down between two bridges district, and then go back on this bridge and leave the city. So it shouldn't be too hard. It should just be... It should be this street coming up this way. But then we have all these farms, industries that we have to get rid of. Okay, I have an idea. I have a great idea. From underneath this bridge appears a road. This isn't actually what happens in New York. This is already being creative. Already. What are you saying? This is me being creative. As creative as I can be. Okay. You're going up a hill. We want you to go up a hill. This is all really good. I need you to do a sharp turn. Like that. And like that. And we're just going to straighten this out. Oh no, am I wrecking my bridge? Oh gosh. Okay, but we have the, what's the word? We have the skeleton, we have the brunt of it. Maybe now I'll just connect pretty easily like this. Okay, not perfect. Needs a bit of curve. And then we just bring up this road right up close. That's usually how that fixes that. This whole thing is terribly high. Okay, let's pretend we don't care about the height and anything. This is all pretty good. What I could do is change it to a highway ramp so there's no sidewalks on it. And same with the off-ramp. And I would say the same with Brooklyn Bridge, but there's a lot of pedestrian traffic on that bridge. There ought to be. Ooh, you know what? You know what? We can make this whole bridge a one-way street. There's no point in... Okay, not literally like that. Why are you not choosing... Yeah, there we go. That way it's the same style of bridge, because it's the vanilla in-game bridge, but different style of road. Wow. And only one side can be crossed by pedestrians. One bridge, rather. Okay, obviously my brain's getting a bit tired, so we built this part of Brooklyn. Definitely not complete. I'm not going to zone it yet. But yeah, I think we're going to keep these. Ooh, and the sewage is now going into our beautiful city. Yikes. Well, that's a problem for next time, I suppose. So, and we literally have a water inflow pipe right here. I mean, this I'm going to relocate for sure, for shizzle, because that's usually how you lose a city. In fact, look at all these sick people. Has this been happening? Have they been drinking poo water? And that seems like a great place to end the episode. Actually, I'm going to build a little clinic here. Right there. Perfect. So there we go. good place to end the episode on this. We haven't really done much. I mean, we laid out our beginning of our grid plan. I don't want to obviously just like build the beginnings of the grid plan and build it up in one episode. We're still on low density. We're still in the 1800s. I would say we're around 1840, 1850 maybe even. But you do realize that if you say you're in 1850, you have to commit. You have to build the railway station and everything, because I think, according to this video we were following, 1842 Harlem Railroad. So we really are 1840. We really are 1840. Not that you were alive at that time, so how would you know? 1842 Croton Aqueduct. But if you look at the city plan, we don't have as much of Brooklyn done because we were struggling with the roads. I don't even see the bridge. Huh, Brooklyn Bridge was not built until 1889. So oops, I guess, oops. We built the Brooklyn Bridge too early. That's okay. I mean, is it? Is it okay? There's so many bridges here. Yeah, I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Well, thank you so much for watching, and this was fun. I saw someone in the comments say hi, but I think I missed them. So hi back to you if you did comment. If you didn't comment, hello anyway, and good night, because it's night. Ooh, ooh, before we just... Why is there no power there? We have to leave knowing our conscience that there's no problems. And I think the problem is lack of power. Yeah, that's one thing we forgot, is to reconnect up the power lines between Brooklyn and Manhattan. And I'm going to think of something genius to connect it up because I like having my things up. But anyway, thank you so much for watching.